why he lost his tower. If he kept onto his Barbarians, didn't try and catch that Miner, because I mean the Miner early on is just such an overcommit, I think, at the start of you're pushing it with nothing really coming back. Right, we're into this first game now. We've got EFEMGG versus GXTORSHOT, so let's see how this is going to play out.
Yeah, Turkey versus Sweden here. Bat's going to come in, but nice snowball just to stop that straight away. And we do have, I believe, a Miner deck change up. Was EWIZ in GXTORSHOT's deck? I don't think
it wasn't his last deck, I don't think. Nope.
So actually, Mortar going to come out from EFEM here. Second Mortar we've seen today.
Yeah, Mortar deck's still really strong right now. I think it's probably actually one of the strongest decks out there, but it's just not played as much as the current kind of meta decks right now. I mean, you definitely see a lot more in ladder, but I've seen like even a lot of pros are complaining about the Mortar deck because it's really hard to defend against a Mortar, and it's really hard. It's really the defensive position of a Mortar can be really good as well, looting kind of different tanks away and just using all your zap bait, log bait to be able to take down their big tanks and their big units.
Well, the Inferno Tower does come down just to retarget that Mortar, make sure it doesn't get straight onto the tower, but in the meantime the Miner actually doing a lot of damage. 1700 health remaining as the Bats come on through. The Spear Goblins will make short work of the Bats, and now Barbarian onto this Mortar, just desperately trying to deal with this objective, but it's not going to happen. Snowball there. Will one more shot go through? No, it won't.
I do like that Inferno Tower in the middle to actually defend the Mortar though, because if you put the Inferno Tower in front of the Mortar at the bridge, it's really easy for your opponent to put down all the small units to be able to stop the Inferno Tower, whereas it's just tanking the Mortar, and normally you can get the Mortar down before it takes down the Inferno Tower and not get too many shots in the tower.
Exactly.
But EFEMGG did get through a bit here. I mean, it's taking GXTOR's tower down to 1453. EFEMGG is playing extremely well in this last match, and I think he's trying as hard as he can, because this is going to be the last match.
Mortar's onto the tower here. He's going to get a couple of shots on in. The Prince is not going to be able to hit that. Oh, actually it is. I thought it was going to die to the Goblins. Bats come in along with the Miner. Miner's going to be able to tank a lot there. Snowball comes down just to deal with the Bats that were on the Miner as well. So that's actually a good swing in favour of GXTORSHOT, but still behind here as the Mortar comes down once more. Prince there to tank this up at least for a little while as he charges closer. Miner comes down as well. Spear Goblin's going to be able to block him for now. EWIZ on top of everything else. This is actually looking like a pretty convincing push. Nice Goblins though to deny that damage. In the meantime, Miner in the back, 800, 700 HP on GXTORSHOT's tower here. And things are looking pretty good for EFEM at this stage. Another Mortar goes down. The Goblins there to block the Prince damage as well.
Yeah, Mortar is down. We've got the Prince coming forward as well. Still, the Mortar has locked on to GXTORSHOT's tower though, so just taking it lower and lower. All it's going to take now is a couple Miner cycles to be able to take this down. There's not much pressure coming from EFEMGG's side, coming to back up this Miner.
Yeah, Bats come down as well. The Miner going to get another couple of hits. 280 HP remaining. We've still got a spell that hasn't been revealed just yet as another Mortar is dropped. Prince comes down. Goblins will be available just to deny his damage. But I believe the Mortar did get a single shot in there. EWIZ is going to make short work of the rest of it. Now look at this. We've got Rascals in the lane. We've got everything pushing on down. One or two more hits will finish things off. Good game comes out from GXTORSHOT, and it looks like EFEM is going to finish things off in style.
Yep, he does take that matchup. I feel like Mortar's probably a little bit strong against that kind of deck, I think. Yeah. He couldn't really push. They've got the exact same units, and Mortar's actually lock into the tower. The Inferno Tower can't lock onto the tower. All it is used for is defensive. So it's like, it's just a minor race there sort of thing. So when you're doing the exact same thing as your opponent, you're cycling out those Mortars, you're cycling out those Miners, and you're getting a little bit more damage on the tower. Because you can imagine the other deck only really has Miner to connect to the tower and a little bit of chip damage, whereas the other deck's got the Mortar to consistently target onto that tower and connect to it.
Well, GXTORSHOT down a game now. EFEM looking to go to the finals. Let's just remind you guys at home, GXTORSHOT currently with 5 wins on the board, sorry. EFEM 1 behind him. Whoever wins this series, though, will go to the finals because they'll be tied in the standings after this one if EFEM wins. And EFEM wins on the head-to-head because they'll have just beaten GXTOR. So GXTOR, a single game away here from potentially losing his spot in the finals. He feels like he deserves it at this point with those 6 wins, only lost to Arctic Paul. But he might just get tied up here. We'll have to find out. This game, everything on it right now. GXTORSHOT, can he survive the pressure?
Yep, I think maybe the pressure just gets to some players at the very end when it's this close, when it's one set away from actually getting to go to the finals. It's huge pressure for these players right now. I know I'd be feeling myself, so... so we got Electro Wizard coming in the back for GXTORSHOT. Both players coming out with Electro Wizard, quite similar decks, maybe both Bridge Spam decks. but we'll see if it's too early to tell. We do have a Ram Rider coming down from Gigster, though, coming in the back, trying to build up this push right now. Let's see how FMGG deals with this. Nice Furnace placement, so that's going to lure the Ram Rider over, and she did not get a connection whatsoever on the tower, but Bandit coming behind here as well.
And again, it's taken a lot of damage. Well, the extra little marshmallows will finish him off in the end. And that Lumberjack's going to get nowhere. So even Stevens on the board, just a tiny little bit of chip damage on this left tower, but not enough for it to make a difference in the grand scheme of this game. Tiny bit on the top right as well.
Yeah, it looks like GXTORSHOT just cycling through here a little bit, probably trying to get back to his Ram Rider as fast as he possibly can right now. Decent Barbarian battle pretty early on there. We've got a nice defensive Barbarian battle, so it stops the Baby Dragon from doing any damage to the tower. And yeah, good control there from FMGG.
This FM's deck looking awfully Royal Giant-y. We saw a very similar variant earlier on today with that Lumberjack.
Huge amount of lightning value, taking the Ram Rider plus the Electro Wizard down. That is a 6-for-9 trade, so that's a huge trade coming out there from FMGG.
There's stuff going out from him. You can see almost double the amount of elixir leaked here from the side of FM, and that's because he was holding on to cards early on in the game, not wanting to show what his deck was about, trying to hold those cards close to his chest. So far, it's been working out decently for him to get a huge elixir swing, as you mentioned before.
I mean, FMGG's definitely got this Royal Giant deck. He doesn't want to use it too early, because Gixter has got that Pekka. But we might get huge connection with the Ram Rider here. Really needs to deal with that Ram Rider really fast, otherwise he's going to get so much damage onto the tower.
Yeah, 1800 now on that tower. We'll be able to clean up the rest of the push, but that's a nice little push there. GXTORSHOT. The question will be how much more can he get off the back of this one. Royal Giant in the right lane, but Pekka's there to answer.
Nice Pekka coming down. The Royal Giant's definitely still going to get a shot off against that Pekka, but we have now got a counter push coming on the right hand side. GXTORSHOT could potentially go on the left hand side as well if he wanted to be able to get more chip damage, but he's fully going on the right hand side,
yeah.
So a good option.
Ram Rider comes on through as well, going to be able to stun up that Electro Wizard. He will be finished off eventually.
Yep,
actually connects first. Not a huge hit, but still a hit nonetheless. Pekka will not get a shot in, but Baby Dragon in the meantime doing a good amount of damage. GXTORSHOT certainly with a health advantage right now in terms of this game, but the question is, can he keep it up?
Yeah, I think at this double elixir point, the pressure from Gixter right now is just, our Gator is just insane. He's taking down the tower on the right hand side, just constantly pressuring, constantly pushing at the bridge, and FMGG is leaking a bit of elixir. I mean, he's at 11.4 elixir leaks. That's almost 5 elixirs, so that's a huge amount of elixir leak. That's 2 Royal Giants sitting right there. I mean, obviously at the start it was just leaking elixir at the start, but I mean, but
it's been more since then,
yeah, there's been a huge amount. So that's 6 elixir. That's a full Royal Giant on the ground.
Maybe panicking a little bit here and just not quite freezing up in the moment. You know, Lumberjack comes on through alongside this Royal Giant, though. This is a big push from the side of FM. The Pekka comes down, isn't going to be there in time. The Rage on the Giant is going to mean that he gets a couple of shots in here. This is huge damage from the side of FM. 4 shots, 1,000 HP remaining on that tower, and a massive lightning as well. Will mean he can clean up this Pekka, and that is a huge swing in favor of FM.
Yep, looking good for FM right now. He might be able to just finish this off right now. So we'll see if Gator is going to be able to get some sort of connection, because you never know. There might be a huge connection with the Ram Rider here that can just take the game in the end, but he needs to push forward.
He needs something, because right now GXTORSHOT, remember, is a game down in this series. FM with a massive advantage in this individual game and a 1-0 lead in this series. He's on the cusp of qualifying to go to China. He calls the early good game as he gets onto the tower with his Royal Giant. The E-Wiz will stun up a little bit. One more shot would do the job. 17 HP, and that's going to be a lightning to finish the job. FMGG is going to China.
Really well played there from FMGG, taking down GXTORSHOT with his Royal Giant deck. And GXTORSHOT actually had the counter to his deck as well. So